Okay, so let's talk about the split array, largest sum. So in this question, you're given the integer array and the integer num, right? I mean the m. So you want to split the array into m group, and you need to know like the smallest subset, the smallest group with the highest, the largest sum. So in this one, just quickly go over. You need to split into two groups, A, B, right? And then the smaller, so this is 5 number, right? So one of the set should be 3, one of the set should be 3, 2, right? 2 and 3, right? So minimize the larger sum. So I need to know what is the largest sum I can put into the A group, right? So it's definitely 10 and 8, and this is 7 to 5, right? And then the sum is 18. So you cannot put 7, 8, and 10 right over here, because you have 2 and 5 on the A group, and then we need the sum of the A group, right? So this is not allowed. So the largest sum should be 10 plus 8, right? So it's 18. And this one is 2 group, right? A, B, 2 group, right? So you can only pick the highest value, 4 and 5, 2, 1. This one you split into 3 group. And then for every single group, you can only put one number, so 1, 4, 4, right? So this is pretty much idea. So, what is the concept? You need to find out what is your the smallest value and the largest value you can possibly find in the nums array. So the range is between what? The range is between the maximum in this array and to the sum of the sum of the nums, right? So it's going to be my I and j. So in this one, so the maximum is 10, right? And then the sum should be what? This is 10, 20, 27, 32, right? So 32 and then 10. And I need an arbitrary number using a binary search method. Binary search. So this is going to be what? I plus j minus I divided by 2 using a binary search method to find out my arbitrary for k. Okay, so now I have an arbitrary for k, and I can split the array into just using a k number to find out what is the number of pieces I can generate, and then if that pieces is greater than n or less than n, I definitely need to just swap changing the I and j, right? And at the end, I just want to return the number, which in my case I'm going to return I, and this is going to be pretty much it, right? So let's start coding. So I will have an in sum equal to 0, maximum equal to 0 for in num with the nums, right? Traversing the nums array, and then maximum equal to method max with the maximum value and the nums, and then also the sum plus equal to num, right? Okay, now I need to what is my two index? The range, right? So it's I and j. So I represent the max, and then j represent the sum. So while I less than j, right? And then what is my arbitrary k? So it's k equal to a binary search. So I plus j minus I divided by 2, and I need to find out the number of pieces based on the k. So pieces equal to what? Split. So I will have a helper function called split, and I need a k arbitrary number with the n. So probably in split in nums in k in m, right? So in this one, I'm going to have a current sum and equal to 0, and also the current piece. I'm just called piece, and I'm going to starting from 1. This is because when I increment the value, I'm going to generate the second piece right away, right? So for int num, traversing the nums array right away, and I need to just making sure if my current sum plus the current num, if this is still less than k, then I don't need to increment my pieces, right? So k is represent the value that I can put into the into one group, right? So if my current sum plus Now, if this is less than or equal, oh my god, less than or equal to k, then I'm good. But if this is greater than k, right, I need to increment my pieces, right, and also I need to recalculate for my sum, right, and I can just do the current sum plus equal to nums right over here, right, and this is my m represents the number of a group. So if I keep incrementing my pieces, if my k is too small, I will definitely need to increment my pieces, right? So if my piece is greater than m, right, then I will just return -1 right away. And if not, I will just return piece. So I'm going to make a stop position, like a breakpoint right over here. Like if my pieces that I calculate based on my current k, if this is too small, right, then I will just break out of for loop, and then I will just keep traversing on the next one, right. So if pieces is equal to -1, right, in this one, which means I is too small, so I will say I equal to k plus 1, and then else, which is what j is 2b, so I will just move the j index, which is k, and I will just return I, right. So in this question, you need to return I is because what j is always at a boundary, and I is always checking the position, are you valid or not, right. And yes, I made a mistake. So line 15 right over here, split, and yeah, this is a typo, so piece, okay, and submit. Alright, so the time and space complexity, this is going to be the binary search method. In this one, this is all of n, right? And in this one, this is like log, should be what, log, a binary search method, but in this one, you have what, all of n as well. Right, so how do I say? Definitely log n, I mean log something, log x something right over here, right? And this is definitely what, all of n. So what is the time complexity for here? Copy paste my notes. So time is going to be n log s minus mx. S represents the sum of the nums array. So you are just adding, just basically. So this is all of n. You can say all of s, right? Doesn't matter. And space, and mx is represent what? The current max for the, right. So this is the k. K represents the current max, right? So you can split into the number of a group based on the mx. And then space is constant, like this is a space, this is space. So this is a solution, and I have no idea like am I doing a good job or not, but my best. Alright.